Hello. How to choose your payroll tax deposit schedule for 2023 if you file Form 944. Form 944 is Employer Annual Federal Tax Return. So if you file Form 944, at the beginning of the calendar year, or at the beginning of the year, you have to choose your payroll deposit schedule. So to do that, you have to look back to 2 years ago, Form 944 that you filed. So for 2023, if you are looking for the deposit schedule that you need to follow in 2023 as an employer, and you file Form 944, you will pull your 2021 Form 944, and you look at line 9, total tax after adjustment and non-refundable credits. So if 2021 Form 944 line 9 is equal or less than $50,000, you will choose monthly deposit schedule for 2023. So if your 2021 Form 944 line 9 total tax after adjustment and non-refundable credit is more than $50,000, you will choose see my weekly deposit schedule for 2023. So there are times that you can pay, your balance due. So let's read this, and it's from IRS Publication, IRS Instructions for Form 944. So if your tax liability, and that will be for line 9, is less than $2,500 for the year, because Form 944 is annual return, you file once a year, no deposit is required. You may pay the tax with your return. But if you are unsure that your tax liability for the year will be less than $2,500, make deposits based on your deposit schedule that you chose. So if your tax liability for Form 944 line 9, and that will be for 2023. So if you think your tax liability for Form 944 at the end of the year of 2023 line 9 is going to be less than $2,500, I would say you don't need to make deposits. You can pay that when you file the return. But if you are unsure, make deposit, and that means you need to make deposits based on the deposit schedule that we just talked about. The monthly deposit schedule or the semi-weekly deposit schedule. But if your 2023 Form 944 tax liability line 9 is going to be $2,500 or more for the year, but less than $2,500 for the quarter, you can deposit by the last day of the month after the end of that quarter. However, if your fourth quarter tax liability is less than $2,500, you may pay that fourth quarter with your Form 944 if it's less than $2,500. But if your 2023 Form 944 tax liability on line 9 is $2,500 or more for the quarter, you must deposit monthly or semi-weekly depending on your deposit schedule. But if you accumulate $100,000 or more of tax at any day, you must pay that the next day, and then you switch to semi-weekly deposit schedule. So you'll read more on in the Publication 15, Section 11, and Publication 15 is Employer Tax Guide. So let's go back. So we saw Form 944 line 9 So first, you need to know your deposit schedule for the year, and that's something you choose at the beginning of the year. And you look back 2 years ago, tax return Form 944. And if you are choosing a deposit schedule for 2023, you need to pull your 2021 Form 944 that you filed. And usually Form 944, 2021 Form 944 will be due by March 15 of 2022. No, will be due by January 31st of 2022. So 2021 Form 944 was due by January 31st of 2022. So you will pull that form and look at line 9 to see your tax liability on line 9 to be able to decide which deposit schedule you need to choose for 2023. So if it turned out that it is more than $50,000 your tax liability 2 years ago, and you have to choose semi-weekly deposit schedule, you might want to track your tax liability by day, because you file Form 945A and attach it to Form 944. And Form 945A is annual record of tax liability. So that means you are going to show your tax liability by day for the whole year and attach it to your Form 944. So knowing that if you have semi-weekly deposit schedule, it will be good to track your payroll and payroll liability by day, so that you can have all 365 days of tax liability. Of course, days that you deem have a tax liability will be blank, and days that you have it will be there. So, but you need to be tracking your tax liability in a way that you can complete this form for the whole year. If you are a monthly deposit schedule and you are completing Form 944, line 13 has check box. So if your line 9 of Form 944 is 2,500 or more, you will be asked to break down that line 9 into monthly tax liability. So that means you need to track your payroll and payroll liability in a way that you can show your monthly tax liability for the year. So if your line 9 will be 2,500 or more, it might be a good idea to make your deposit schedule, to make your payroll deposit based on your deposit schedule. Because if you check the second box and you show your liability by month, IRS will compare that to how often you make your deposit, to see if some of them were deposited late and could charge you a penalty or interest on those late payments. So if you know that your line 9 tax liability will be 2,500 or more, you might want to strictly follow your deposit schedule, whether it's monthly deposit schedule or semi-weekly deposit schedule. So if you are an S Corp and you are the only employee of your own business, you work in your S Corp, your LLC tax as an S Corp, you will pay yourself. So if you wanted to see if you need to follow your deposit schedule or pay your tax liability when you file your Form 944 at the end of the year, you want to see if your line 9 will be 2,500 or more or less, you can estimate how much your payroll tax will be. And you can do that if you know how much you will pay yourself. So we are going to use an example. So if we assume you are going to pay yourself $20,000 for in 2023, and you are wondering if you need to make deposit schedule, if you need to make deposit, based on your deposit schedule, or if you can pay the tax liability at the end of the year. There are multiple things you need to take into consideration. So how much your business need to withhold from your salary. So we are going to use $20,000 as an example. So how much will be income tax, federal income tax, your business will withhold from that $20,000. You can estimate it by using Publication 15T, Federal Income Tax Withholding Method, and the first method is more for automated payroll system. But if you are using manual payroll system, you have section 2 and section 4 that I would recommend. But for this estimate, we can use section 1, and that's the percentage method for payroll system, for automated payroll system. So that publication for the automated system, the reason why I like it for this example to do this estimate is taking the annual salary into consideration. So we are using $20,000. So if you assume you are going to file mail refile jointly, and you are going to pay yourself $20,000 by your S corp. So as mail refile jointly, at least for less than 20,000 feet the second row, so that will be 10% should be withheld from your $20,000. So that 10% is $2,000. So let's get out of this and bring a calculator. And while we are there, let's open Form 944. And Form 944 for 2023, I'm not sure if it's available here. So let's open the last one, 2022 one, and use it. And while that is opening, because there are multiple taxes that you need to take into consideration, the federal income tax will help. That's why we just estimated for $2,000. If you anticipated that your wages will be $20,000 and you will withhold $2,000 in federal income tax, you still need to calculate the Social Security to withhold from that $20,000 and the portion that your business will pay, and the Medicare that you will withhold from that $20,000 and the portion that the business will pay. So bringing a calculator here, $20,000, and that 0.124 is both employee and employer combined. The half is 6.2 for each one. So $20,000 times 0.124 is $2,480. So let's just write it here so that we can remember that. And the Medicare is 1.45 for employee and 1.45 for employer. Combined is 2.9. So 1.45 plus 1.45, 2.9. But anyway, so we are going to take that 20,000 times 0.029, and that's 580. So we'll take that 580, let's just put 580 here, and let's put that 2,000 we calculated, that 10% on the 20,000. So now let's take those three, 580 plus 2,480 for the Social Security, both employee and employer, plus the 2,000 we've held from the employee. Salary is 5,080, 5,060. So that 5,060 is going to be more than that 5,060. If anything else is zero, there is no non-refundable credit and no adjustment to make, that $5,000 CC is going to flow the way to line 9. That'll be your total tax after adjustment and non-refundable credit. And at this point, we are just estimating it. So, if you don't make any deposits, that 5,000 CC will flow the way to the balance due line 11. So the balance due is what you want to see if you can pay with your Form 944 or deposited based on how your line 9 looks like. So knowing that if you pay yourself $20,000, you'll be owing your tax liability on line 9 is going to be more than $2,500. It is a very good idea to make deposit throughout the year based on your deposit schedule. So if your deposit schedule is monthly deposit schedule, because 2021 Form 944 line 9 was less than $50,000, therefore 2023 deposit schedule is monthly deposit schedule for you. Each time you pay yourself, the following month by the 15th, make deposits of that tax liability. So that led us to talk about when to make your deposit schedule. Now, when to make your deposit based on your deposit schedule. So if you have a monthly deposit schedule, you pay your prior month tax liability by the 15th of this month, of the current month. For instance, you pay January tax liability by 15th of February, and so forth. So if you are paying yourself periodically during the year, each time you pay yourself a month, make sure you make your tax deposit. This is the way we calculate the tax withheld, including the federal income tax, the Social Security, and the Medicare, and then the business portion of the Social Security and the Medicare. You need to deposit that by the 15th of the next month, following the month you pay yourself. Does that make sense? And if you are a semi-weekly deposit schedule, let's go back to our PowerPoint. And again, it's because 5,000 CC is going to lead us to check the boss line 13, because we estimated tax on $20,000 salary and is 5,000 CC. So if there is no non-refundable credit to offset it, our line 9 will most likely be 5,000 CC, and therefore the second boss will be checked on line 13 of Form 944 and will be asked to break down that line 9, 5,000 CC, on a monthly basis, to break it down how our tax liability is broken down, and the total should match that line 9. And this will be compared to how often you make your payment throughout the year to see if you respected your deposit schedule. Okay, so but if it is less than 2,500, then we will have to break it down, and then we might actually end up paying it with the return if we don't want to deposit it. So, and months that you didn't pay yourself, you don't have tax liability to enter. But you can, if you are trying to figure out how at the end of the year, your tax liability for the whole year will be, to see if you need to follow that schedule and make deposit, or if you can just wait and pay at the end of the year with the return. You can do that estimate if you know how much you will pay yourself, or you know how much your payroll tax liability will be based on your estimation. But if you are unsure, choose your deposit schedule based on your 2 years look back, and make deposit schedule, make your deposit based on that deposit schedule. And I will say, if you periodically pay yourself, you choose monthly deposit schedule and you pay yourself periodically, when you pay yourself the following month, you can just make deposits. You can just deposit your tax liability to IRS. That way you know that you are making those deposits. Usually in our business, we pay ourselves toward the end of the year. At least that's what you have done in the past. We usually pay ourselves the last month of the year or a month prior to that. But anyway, the last quarter, and our tax liability is less than $2,500. Therefore, we pay with the Form 944. But just know that you have you will have to make you have to know in advance if you will have to prove that you make those deposits, because you'll be showing your breakdown by month or not. So, but anyway, if you are semi-weekly deposit, semi-weekly scheduled depositor, how do you, what schedule do you follow? So we have this table from the IRS Publication 15, Section 11. So if you pay wages on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you'll deposit your tax liability by Wednesday. And if you pay wages on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, then by Friday, that is the same week as Monday and Tuesday, by that Friday, you deposit your tax liability related to those wages you pay Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And yeah, you can read more about it in the IRS publication. So if let's go to IRS website. Let's just type irs.gov. So how do you make those deposits? If you have monthly deposits, if you have monthly deposit schedule, you will pay by the 15th of the month. And if you are semi-weekly, if you choose semi-weekly deposit schedule, you'll pay on Wednesday and Fridays. And so to make those deposits, you go to irs.gov, and under pay, you click on EFTPS, Federal Electronic Federal Tax Payment System. So you deposit using EFT, Electronic Fund Transfer, via EFTPS. So you will click on that, and if you have now signed up, you will be able to register. That way you have your account, and through that you'll be able to make your deposits. So that's the process you will use, and then you can just read what they are asking you. So there will be bank account verification. Probably you will need your EIN as well, and there will be a PIN generated as well. And they have things you can read. You can read it to see how the process works. And if you wanted to, let me see, I think we have the publications open, and the publication 15, Employer Tax Guide. Let's go to, and on page 26 or section 11, you'll be able to read more on deposit schedule, and you just search the last version of publication 15 on IRS website, and you download it and save it, and you can read through it. But section 11, depositing taxes, will take you to the deposit schedule for you to read more about it. And instructions for Form 944 will have some information as well, And let's see if we have the instructions here. And the instruction has the detail on, when the deposit is required and when it may not be required. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Afia, the Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and nonrefundable.com our blog. On our channel, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on your employer to provide for your family. And if you file your tax return yourself, that's one way to save money to keep your business expenses low. And it's good while you are filing your own return to know the requirements, so that you make sure you meet them. So if you are an employer or you pay yourself as an S corp, the business pay you, it's good to know your monthly deposits, your deposit schedule, to be able to make those tax liability deposits based on that schedule, so that when you file your Form 944, you do not have to pay a penalty or interest on those tax liability the IRS might consider deposited or paid late. Thank you so much. We thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for your time. We thank you for all your comments, and thank you very much all that subscribe to our channel. We do have on our website, we have IRS instructions. Let's see if let me see. We have a free download session where you can find templates to manage your finances and your business. And you'll find it under free download. We do have payroll spreadsheet, multiple versions, and 941 will work for 494 and 944 and 941, as well as 940 as well. Those are returns. And we have multiple. You can take a look at to see which one might be a better suit for your business based on your tax liability. Some might be more elaborate that you do not need. And we do have IRS form and instructions, pretty much the links, so that will take you to the IRS links as well. We do have those if you don't know how to pull a form or an instruction from the website, from our blog. We do have some of those links there that you can take a look at to see what you are looking for, if it's there or not. But we have those resources on our website. We have the links, and if you go to the free downloads, I will say our payroll spreadsheet does now track payroll on a daily basis. You have a detailed session, but I don't think it's well designed for see my weekly deposit schedule. We do have the summary tab that track payroll on a monthly basis and payroll liability on a monthly basis, I believe. And I revise it. So the revision one is the latest version. The original one is the bottom one. but you can see, which one is well suited for your business model. So we thank you very much for your time. But yeah. Again, as a disclaimer, our information is for educational purpose only. Thank you.